A black belt instructor dared a humble black woman to spar, thinking it would be a laugh. But what unfolded next left the entire dojo speechless. Sometimes the quietest individuals hide the most surprising secrets. And Marcus Thompson was about to discover why you should never judge someone by their appearance. Angela Harris pushed open the heavy glass door of Master Lee's Martial Arts Academy, her worn sneakers squeaking faintly against the polished floor. The familiar scent of sweat, herbal oils, and fierce determination greeted her as she stepped inside. Though she visited every week to pick up her daughter, Lila, she always felt a mix of comfort and anticipation crossing the threshold. The spacious training hall glowed under cold white fluorescent lights, illuminating the blue mats where students of all ages practiced endless combinations. Sharp commands echoed from the instructor's corner, blending with the thud of feet hitting the floor and the heavy breaths after each powerful strike. In the far corner, Angela spotted her 16-year-old daughter, Lila, fully focused on a sequence of martial arts techniques with other students, her face serious and her eyes alight with passion. Watching her daughter's dedication brought a warm smile to Angela's lips. "Mom!" Lila called out, spotting her mother's arrival and waving eagerly. Her cheeks were flushed from effort, but her grin was radiant. Angela waved back, her gentle smile reflecting her grounded nature. At 38, she wore no makeup, her dark curls streaked with early silver pulled into a simple ponytail. A faded gray t-shirt and old sweatpants made her blend in with the parents lining the walls. "Take your time, sweetheart," Angela called, motioning Lila back to her practice before settling on a bench. She pulled out her phone to check work emails, but kept glancing up to watch how martial arts had transformed her once timid daughter into someone confident and assertive. A sharp command from across the hall drew Angela's attention. She looked up to see Marcus Thompson leading a group of advanced students. Tall and muscular, he wore a crisp white GI with a gleaming black belt, exuding pride and authority. But Angela noticed a flicker of impatience in his eyes when he looked at students of color struggling with complex moves. "Kick higher, Jamal. Are we running a daycare here?" Marcus barked, his tone mocking. Embarrassed chuckles rippled through the students nearby, but Angela saw the hurt flash across the young black boy's face as he bowed his head and continued. His enthusiasm dimmed. Angela frowned, a knot of discomfort tightening in her chest. She had noticed Marcus's subtle bias before, especially towards students of color, including her daughter. He never used overtly racist words, but his tone, his gaze, and his treatment spoke volumes. White parents might dismiss it, but Angela felt the sting of injustice sharply. A nearby parent whispered to another, "Coach Thompson is tough, but his students earn belts faster than anywhere else." The other replied quietly, hesitation in her voice, "Maybe, but my kid says he's always singled out compared to the white students." Angela listened silently, her heart tightening. She knew prejudice ran deep, and each time she saw it, it felt like a fresh wound. Lila never complained, but Angela knew her daughter had faced similar slights. Looking at Marcus, a quiet resolve formed in her mind. She couldn't just sit by and watch this silent discrimination forever. She'd have to confront it. But for now, she was here for Lila, refusing to let this ruin her evening. "Mama, I'm done." Lila's cheerful voice broke through Angela's thoughts. She strode over, sweat beading on her forehead, but her smile undimmed. "Great job, sweetie," Angela said warmly, brushing a damp strand of hair from Lila's face. "Let's head home. I'll make your favorite tonight." Lila hugged her mother's arm, unaware of the glance Marcus cast their way. A sneer, the faintest mocking smile on his lips. Angela didn't turn back, but she felt that look like a challenge. Taking a deep breath, she vowed not to let anyone undermine her or her daughter's worth. As she led Lila out, she had no idea a different kind of match, one for dignity and justice, awaited just beyond those doors. Stepping out of the dojo, Angela still felt Marcus's cold gaze lingering on her and Lila. She glanced sideways at her daughter, whose eyes remained bright, as if she hadn't noticed. Angela exhaled softly, reminding herself to stay strong, knowing the injustice Lila faced unknowingly. That day, after work, Angela arrived at the academy earlier than usual, choosing a discreet corner seat to observe Lila's class. She wanted to understand what was really happening, especially how Marcus treated students of color. The class buzzed with energy. Kicks and shouts echoed, but Angela quickly noticed something off. In the center of the blue mats, Marcus Thompson, in his crisp white GI and gleaming black belt, paced among the students, his cold eyes scanning their faces. "Jamal, how many times do I have to tell you? Do that kick again or stand there till nightfall," Marcus snapped, glaring at a small black boy whose shoulders trembled under the pressure. Jamal's face flushed with shame, but he kept trying. Marcus's favoritism was clear. Beside Jamal, Ethan, a white student, attempted the same kick with less skill. Yet Marcus patted his shoulder and said, "It's okay, Ethan. Take your time." Indignation surged in Angela's chest. Nearby, white parents seemed unbothered, some nodding approvingly at Marcus's tough approach, caring only that their children were praised. In another corner, parents of color sat quietly, their faces tight with worry and anger. Angela recognized Letitia, Jamal's mother, her heartbreak evident as she watched her son scolded publicly. Yet Letitia stayed silent, perhaps, like Angela, reluctant to disrupt her child's training. "Enough, Lila. What was that? You think you'll earn your green belt with moves like that?" Marcus's shout made Angela startle. Lila froze, eyes wide at the harsh reprimand from the instructor she'd worked hard to impress. Disappointment flashed across her face, but she nodded and tried again. Angela's heart clenched as Lila's enthusiasm turned to sadness. She knew how hard her daughter trained. Yet to Marcus, no effort from Lila or any student of color seemed enough. Whispers continued. "Coach Thompson's strict, but that's how you improve fast, right? If everyone's coddled, how do you find the best?" Each comment stabbed Angela's heart. She clenched her fist under her jacket, watching Marcus's blatant bias. This wasn't discipline, it was prejudice barely concealed. "Come on, Lila. Stop wasting our time," Marcus snapped. Angela nearly rose to defend her daughter but held back, knowing Lila needed to face pressure. Still, she couldn't stay silent forever. When class ended, Lila gathered her gear quietly, her spark dimmed. Angela wrapped her arms around her daughter's shoulders, her embrace radiating love and strength. Before leaving, she caught Marcus's eye. His contemptuous smirk dared her to act. Angela met his gaze with calm resolve, vowing to take action, not just for Lila, but for every child enduring this unfairness. At the next practice, Angela and Lila entered the dojo with a heavier weight. Their usual steps felt tense. Though Lila said nothing, Angela knew Marcus's criticism lingered in her daughter's heart. "Don't worry, sweetie. Just do your best," Angela whispered, squeezing Lila's hand. But inside, she couldn't shake her unease. The dojo felt different today. Students formed a circle around the central mat, parents lining the perimeter, faces curious. In the center stood Marcus Thompson, his white GI stark against his black belt, radiating arrogance. "Hello, everyone," his cold voice echoed. "Today, we're doing something different. A demonstration to show the difference between a professional martial artist like me and an amateur." His gaze settled on Angela, a mocking smile curling his lips. Pointing at her, he said, "And we have the perfect volunteer. Miss Harris, Lila's mother, always here for her daughter.